Welcome back, guys, to Ace Attorney Investigations 2, Prosecutors Gambit, where last episode, our fourth turnabout was completed, Kay Faraday was exonerated and regained her memory, and Excelsius Winner was taken into custody, as we now wonder what's next for Miles, bereft of his prosecutor's badge, and knowing Shelly DeKiller is doing something behind the scenes. We now begin our fifth chapter, Turnabout for the Ages. Well, that wasn't the start I was expecting. We just literally walking out of the place. April 6th, 10:02, the Bigg Building Plaza. So, what's next for the great Miles Edgeworth, huh? Wait, you are serious about not being a prosecutor no more, ain't ya? Yes, I am. No longer a prosecutor. It's hard to believe. And yet, I can't stop thinking about what Mr. DeKiller said. Me either. Congratulations on another case solved. Yet I can't truly say it's been fully resolved, can you? This isn't over. We still don't know who the mysterious figure in the red raincoat at Gourd Lake was. Or who really wrote that letter. We've been dancing to somebody else's tune this whole time. But whose? Still can't let it go, huh? You're like a dog with a danged bone. Both of you all are. Well, I got me some reportering to do, so I'll catch you all some other time, I guess. Wow, you have a new story to chase already? You trying to patronize me, girly? You bet I got news stories. More than you can shake a stick at. A good reporter always has 3 or 4 leads bubbling away in the old scoop pot. Somebody, please! Whoa, what now? Please, you have to help me. Huh? Do I know her? What's the matter? Has something happened? There's a body! It looks almost like a monster might have... A monster? Well, I'll be. Anybody else smell the sweet, sweet smell of scoop soup? This way! Hurry! Oh my, it's a run. What's happened now? What indeed? I suppose there's only one way to find out. Yes, those are footprints. Well, I don't see the somebody because the somebody's over there. 2 are left. Huh, these look like... Yep, footprints. This here's photo gold. Footprints. But how big would a creature have to be to leave prints like that? Mr. Edgeworth, look. Huh? Shilong Lang. What's he doing here? Wait, the guy on the floor, that's... No. Di-Jun Wang, the president of Zhengfa. Agent Lang. Mr. Prosecutor, how did you get here so quick? What is going on here? Huh? You don't think that's exactly what I'm trying to figure out myself? We can't blame him for being on edge, I suppose. The leader of his country is dead. Speaking of which... The body is lying inside one of the footprints. What on earth happened to him? Monster! A monster? What the heck else do you want me to say, huh? Them right there's monster prints, mister. That big old bad old Taurusaurus done stomped right through here. I ain't never been sure of nothing. What? And I suppose you mean you are sure? This right here's the scoop to scoop up all the other scoops and bury them 10 feet deep. Man traveled by giant monster. They'll leave with that in every paper from here to Honolulu. Ridiculous. There's no such thing as monsters. Wait. The honor is all mine, Mr. Edgeworth. I am Di-Jun Wang. Your efforts on behalf of Zheng Fa have not gone unnoticed. You averted something of a crisis. You're the assassin we've been looking for. In a sense, yes, a certain someone did indeed hire me to carry out a contract. And that contract did indeed specify that I was to assassinate President Wang. Did he finally manage to? You! Did you discover the body? Yes! That is, What are you doing, Agent Lang? Lang Zi says... Begin at the beginning, with the first person to arrive at the scene. Well, did you really just discover the body? Yes! Hey, go easy on her. Can't you see she's scared? I don't think he's in the mood to go easy on anybody. Ha! Nobody's getting easy today. Do you have any idea who that is lying dead over there? That's President Wang, the leader of Zheng Fa. Hold it! Please, Agent Lang. You don't seem your usual self. In more ways than one, in fact. When we first met, you had more underlings than I could count. And you were known for your unrivaled arrest rate and your cool head under pressure. Now the underlings are gone, and you've forgotten the fundamentals of police work. What happened? What did you just say? Shouldn't you be looking over the scene instead of accusing the first person you run into? Or is it me who's forgotten the fundamentals? Yeah, I don't need you to tell me how to do my job. I was just about to get started. Good. That seems to have calmed him down a little. We should take a look around, Mr. Edgeworth. Yes, I think we should. At least until the police arrive. I'm not strictly supposed to conduct investigations anymore. Don't nobody need to do no looking around. I done told you who did this. It was Taurusaurus, so my name ain't Lotta Hart. Wait. Not who did this. What did it? Yeah, that. Are you quite finished? We have an investigation to be getting on with. Step aside, please. You can't order me around no more, mister. You step out of my dang ways more like it. You'll mess with this here scoop of mine and there'll be heck to pay and then some. Excuse me? The woman who found the body. Where do I know her from? You're Mr. Edgeworth, right? Do you remember me? Oh, yes, of course. We met on, that case. No way, you two know each other? Yes, as a matter of fact, we do. From somewhere. Great to meet you. I'm Kay Faraday, Mr. Edgeworth's assistant. Wow, I never knew you had your own adorable little assistant. I'm Penny Nichols. I work over at Global Studios. I'm in charge of props. It's nice to meet you. Ah, of course. One of my old cases involved a murder on the set of a Steel Samurai movie. She was a member of the crew and provided some key evidence. Our paths must have crossed several times while it was all going on. And yet, I'd completely forgotten her. It's good to see you again. So if you're here, I guess that means... That's right, we're here on location filming for Global Studios. It's kind of a big feature, to tell you the truth. I was first in today, wanted to make an early start. But then I noticed something was wrong. The footprints and... the body. Ugh. We'll take a closer look at the body in just a moment. In the meantime, can I ask you to notify the police? Yes, of course, right away. I'll need to speak to her at length a little later. But first, let's go over the scene. There's plenty to look at besides the body. I'll need to examine everything in detail. A kaiju crime scene, eh? The empty lot. It's a light, Edgeworth. Do you need to examine it? This looks like equipment used by the lighting department. Oh, wait. I just remembered there was something I wanted to ask you. Could you maybe light me up when I'm doing my next robbery? Help me look super cool? You want me to shine a light on you while you're committing a crime? You bet I do. What's so weird about that? What's the point of me doing my great thieving in the dark? The folks in the cheap seats won't be able to see a thing. Wait, you're imagining you'll be committing this robbery in front of an audience? Why not? Make it a performance? Performance art, we'll call it. It's not a robbery. What is it, Mr. Edgeworth? Well, did you notice anything? I can't believe somebody murdered the president. Well, I say somebody, but maybe I should say something. You don't really believe that, do you? That a giant creature trampled him to death. I was thinking again to say, you don't really believe that you can't believe that someone murdered the president when he's literally a marked man. What? Are you saying that's not what happened? Then who did kill the president, huh? It could have been any number of people. A person in his position is never short of enemies. Surely the killer himself was hired to go after him, as we know. So you're saying maybe somebody like Mr. the Killer murdered him? I can't say anything for certain, but it's a possibility we can't discount for now. Right, just like the possibility that a monster killed him. That's a monster footprint he's lying in, Mr. Edgeworth. What else could it be? And there's a horn thing right by the body, too. A horn thing. I guess we can't say for sure that it's not related to the case. Maybe we should compare to some of the items of evidence we've found so far. I can't believe we ran into Agent Lang. Here, of all places. He seems a little out of sorts, though, huh? He does. But that's to be expected. He's from Zangfar, after all. We can't expect him not to be affected by his president's death. Hey, where were the guys in the black suits he always had with him? I thought they never left his side. Where indeed? What happened, Agent Lang? A fall from grace, maybe? I feel like we'll talk to Lotta. What is it now? Can't you all see I'm busy? Girl needs room to work, you know. Why are you so obsessed with the idea that this was a monster attack? Monsters don't exist. Surely even you know that. What did you... You don't know what the heck you're talking about. Taurusaurus is a real, dang it. I know that for a fact. For a factum? And how is that possible exactly? Because I done seen him. What? You saw Taurusaurus? Where? How? Heck yeah, I seen him. The big bad bull itself, right there in front of me. I was up on 51 over at that there big building just yesterday, right? Gathering materials for your story on the underground auction. Yes, we remember. Well, you just missed a memory, man. That's right. I done seen him right when I took that photo. The person in the red raincoat. Miss Ringer, right? Yep, you'll see that blind right there next to little Miss Raincoat. No, red coat, sorry. Well, guess who's on the other side of it at that very moment? That's right, Taurusaurus. There's nothing there. Well, I can't really capture every dang thing. I was just a little too far away, that's all. But I've seen it all right. Boy, did I. Taurusaurus' big old eyes staring right at me, peeking right in at the window. A window-peeking monster. Anyhow, I don't got time to be shooting the breeze with y'all. I got snaps to snap, reportage to report. Quit bugging me, will ya? Go on, get. That entire story was ridiculous. You didn't believe a word she said, did you, Mr. Edgeworth? Is it that obvious? Nor should I. We only work on logic. What's this big metal stick thing? Is it for climbing trees or something? No, it's a camera crane. It's used for filming from an elevated viewpoint. There's no camera currently attached, but it would usually be positioned at the top there. Gotcha. Sounds perfect for casing a place before a burglary. Mind if I go ask somebody about borrowing it? And how do you propose to transport it if the answer is yes? Easy. You take the bottom part, I'll take the top. So I'm helping now. And if we go one little step at a time, we'll be back at your place before we know it. And we're walking it back to my house. What are we stealing? Hey, these are those plastic sheets you can put down when you have a picnic. They're plastic sheets, that much is true. But I don't think that's what they're used for. Want me to explain, Mr. Edgeworth? Those are waterproof sheets. We use them to protect the camera when it's up on the crane. If it starts raining while we're shooting, we just cover up and keep going. I see. So they must be pretty big, right? Oh yeah, they have to be able to cover the whole rig. Wouldn't be much point using them otherwise. The weather was pretty patchy yesterday, so we wound up using them quite a bit. Now what's this? Miss Nichols, where does this exit lead? Onto the grounds of the big building. Yet another case with direct ties to that same building. The building with the hidden 51st floor used to store the lots for illicit auctions. I guess it wouldn't be much of a surprise if it turned out to be hiding yet more secrets. Used to be, it's still storing, isn't it? We're literally just right after. Look at this chain and padlock. Oh, look at that. Somebody cut the chain. They did. I'm sure it was still intact when I left yesterday. I say it's possible that this is where the killer entered from. Chain cut, killer entry. Ah! What's the matter now? Look at that huge dent. How did that get there? You're right, that is a big dent. It would have taken a sizable object to make it, and a heavy one too. That wasn't like that yesterday either. It wasn't. I guess that means the dent must have been made last night at some point. Like a wrecking ball or something? It's round. Alright, let's steer away from the body for now. That's the important point after all. This thing in front of the trailer here. It looks like a monster costume. What? That's a costume? You're sure the creature that made these huge footprints didn't just shrink or something? Perhaps I didn't make myself clear. This thing in front of the trailer here looks like a monster costume. A costume. Just a costume, Kay. Nothing to get too excited about. Is that really all there is to examine? Apart from the body, of course. The body's going to be a major point. But still, no trace evidence in a bin over here. I'm sorry I got a little upset before. Well, you found a body, so normally people would be upset. You were working here alone. That's right. I came before everybody else so I could get everything ready. But as soon as I walked through the gate, I saw the footprints. Monster prints first thing in the morning. That must have been a real shock. It was. They weren't there when I left yesterday evening, I'm sure of it. So the footprints must have appeared late last night. At first glance, I thought maybe they were part of the set. But then I got closer and I saw that somebody was lying in the middle of one of them. You didn't notice until you were right up close. Yeah, my eyesight just seems to be getting worse and worse lately. I think I need new glasses. I didn't notice it was a body until I was right by it, which is why I got so shocked and ran away. That must be when we bumped into her. Was it because maybe there was a prop laid out there that you didn't realize was different from a body, like something should be there until you realized it wasn't what you thought it was? I don't know. So you're shooting a movie. It wouldn't happen to be a Steel Samurai movie, would it? Nope. Oh. This was a creature feature. You know, the Taurusaurus movies, right? No. I'm afraid not. You'll have to forgive Mr. Edgeworth. He only cares about the Steel Samurai. That's not... Hey, that's alright. Not everyone's a fan, but they soon will be. He's back after 12 years of silence. The big bad bull himself, Taurusaurus. It's the first Taurusaurus movie in a long time, so the crew's super excited about it. And parts of it is set here at the Bigg Building, so we've been shooting on location. That explains what we saw yesterday. What's happening here? What's going on with the building? Just stay calm and talk to me, kid. Cut. I'm so sorry. We're shooting a movie. Could you, That must be what they were filming. So does Taurusaurus smash the Bigg Building to pieces in the movie? I bet he does, right? Haha, wouldn't you like to know? But you'll just have to wait to find out in the theater. Here, you can have this if you like. Taurusaurus versus Gordy. An epic rivalry is born. Oh, thank you. An epic rivalry is born. Taurusaurus versus Gordy. What exactly is Gordy? Just a giant snake? Or Diplodocus? Gordy. That's right. It's not just Taurusaurus on his own this time around. He is an arch nemesis. You know Gordy, right? The monster from Gourd Lake? Oh yeah, wasn't everybody talking about that a couple of years back? So a Nessie type thing. The mysterious creature in the lake. It showed up in that one couple's photo. Not only were people talking about it, it played a major part in one of my cases. Not a name I'm too wild about hearing again. The director's fascinated by the stories, which is how Gordy wound up in the movie. A little behind the times, but better late than never, I suppose. Just wait till you see those two legends tearing each other up on the big screen. I mean, you've taken some liberties with the design for that poster. It's become a lot more long, serpentine-y, I don't know. Front gate is just open by the look of it. I think we need to learn a little more about the security situation here on set. Miss Nichols, is the set kept locked overnight? Yeah, we use one of these. A combination locker, so anybody who knows the code can get in and out. And was the lock in place when you arrived this morning? Yep, everything was locked up tight when I got here. Who knows the combination? Oh, the producer, the director, the crew, the actors. Basically everybody who's working on the movie. So any member of the cast or crew could have opened the lock and entered. So then why was the other one done? Nothing else to do with you, but yeah. So why was this one broken through? Were you saying it's not cast and crew because the side gate chain was cut? But it's also, like, weirdly inside as well. The combination lock on the gate leading to the plaza was intact when Miss Nichols arrived. But the lock on the gate leading out to the side of the big building had been cut. Actually, we're more saying that if anyone came through that way, it could only be cast or crew. What does this tell us? Aha! Easy! That the killer used the side gate. It doesn't really, for sure. Precisely, and it tells us something else important too. Namely that our culprit didn't know the number for the combination lock. You're right, it would have been way easier to come in that way if they did. But instead they chose the classic thief's route, the lesser-known side entrance. This is no run-of-the-mill criminal, Mr. Edgeworth. We need to keep our wits about us. I'm not sure we should be excited by that fact, Kay. Anyway, we know that everybody working on the movie knew the combination, which makes it likely that our culprit wasn't a member of the cast or crew. Well, I could posit several other situations, one of which being, of course, the combination lock would have been on the outside of the gate on the other side, on the front, which would have been inaccessible possibly from the inside of the complex. What if someone was in here when that was locked and then had to escape? Because this is seemingly locked on the inside, or the lock has been dropped on the inside, which if you want to have a combination lock on one side, you wouldn't want the other side having an outer lock to be able to get in. You know. We'll work out this lock scenario as more information comes in. Well, we deduced it was cut sometime last night, have we? Right, we're up onto the body by the look of things. Maybe I'll go all the way up. No, I can't go there. I can talk to you, though. So, Mr. Prosecutor, we meet again. Yes, we saw you at the detention center the other day, too. You had some business to take care of, I take it, Agent Lang. You could say that. Nothing that need concern you, though. Ha, yeah, you really have a habit of showing up in the wrong place at the wrong time. You're a bad penny, a bad omen, and a bad smell all rolled into one. Just stay out of my way, okay? I've got a president to avenge. So why are you here? You were already at the scene when we got here. Why? What were you doing in the area? What am I? A suspect? You might be. Look, I heard a scream and came running, okay? Guess it was our friend from the crew. Came in from that gate over there. Somebody already got rid of the lock for me. Not completely, I can still see it on the floor there. Perhaps I should take a closer look. When I got here, I saw a movie girl running out of the other gate. This music's pretty cool, eh? In other words, he arrived right around the same time we did. So you had business here at the Bigg Building? Something like that. A date with destiny, let's call it. He was similarly enigmatic when we saw him at the detention center. Let me guess, you're huge Creature Feature fans who came to see them film in the Taurusaurus movie. Creature Features? What do you think I am? Not the type of person who thinks a creature might have done this, I hope. About President Wang. I'm sorry about the president. You have my deepest condolences. Thanks. He was a great man. Zhang Fa would be lost without him. You and he were close, correct? It all started when he hired my father. That was our big break. Our family kept him safe. That was our most important duty and our most sacred. He gave my father medal after medal. I had to come up with new ones just for him. In the end, there were no medals left to give, so he made us the keepers of his last will and testament. Those medals, that duty, they're our greatest pride, our family jewels. Yeah, I never thought we'd be unsealing that will so soon. Wow, sounds like your family and the president was super close. But wait, when that whole thing happened back at the lake, you went with the president then, right? Look, a lot happened, okay? This was all 12 years ago or more. My father and the president being friends, our family being the ones who kept him safe. He just changed one day. It was like he became a different person. Now he doesn't trust the police one bit. I wonder what happened 12 years ago. But regardless of what happened, I still respected him. Zhang Fa may not be a big country, but he held that place together. Damn it, what was his security detail thinking? I imagine you've already contacted the embassy. Of course I have, and the government, and my family. They'll be going crazy right now thinking about what needs to happen with that will. And things will be getting crazier soon too. Those bodyguards will be all over the place. If you're not a fan of trouble, I'd leave before they get here. Look, Mr. Prosecutor. These days, I'm a one-man outfit. A lone wolf. They won't be letting me lead this investigation. But I've still got fangs, and I can still bite back. I'll find whoever did this, and I won't let you or anybody else get in my way. Fair dues then. Anyway, it wanted me to look over there some more, but of course I've already looked at it. It was just hinting at it. Dead body now! I see your muscles haven't deflated. It really is him, huh? It certainly appears to be. The same man we met only a few days ago. So this time the president really did get assassinated. If that is what happened, the assassin certainly chose an attention-grabbing method. I must scour the scene and inspect anything that catches my attention. I mean, the major point is up the top right, surely. No obvious wounds, but he's definitely not breathing. So it really was a monster. Trampled by a giant creature. Impossible. There's something stuck to the front of his clothes there. Yes, speckles of a yellow substance. I bet it's monster drool. Yeah, that must be it. Please, Kay, can you at least try to be sensible? We'll need forensics to tell us what it might be. Alright, that looks to be pretty much everything the body can tell us for now. I better note it all down. Surrounded by shards of concrete, flecks of something yellow stuck to clothes. That's really it. For you, at the very least. The body's surrounded by pieces of smashed up concrete. Yes, they look to have been thrown clear when the ground was broken. Phew! Sent flying by the mighty impact of a giant creature's foot. Sure, assuming this was the work of a giant creature. Monster footprints, the concrete was broken and the earth exposed, but are they really footprints? Just look at the shape. I know a hoof when I see one. There's only one thing that could possibly be the footprint of an enormous, terrifying beast. And it's not just the one, there are three. A three-legged terrifying beast. But you know that's impossible, don't you? You know that monsters aren't real. Sure, I probably know that somewhere deep down, but it's way more fun to believe they are. Our job is to pursue the truth, Kay, not to believe what feels most fun in the moment. I don't know. I feel that's part of the MO for this game, to be fair. Huh, what's this white thing here? Wait, it's a bone. Does that mean 2 murders? It looks more like a horn than a bone to me. Don't we have a piece of evidence that might tell us whose horn it might be? I mean, probably. I'm guessing you want me to connect this to, this? Considering I don't have a plushie anymore. Eureka! This could be one of Taurusaurus' horns, couldn't it? You're right, it totally could. Maybe it's part of a prop from the movie. If it is, it must be from something pretty big, judging by the size. What's it doing on the ground here? We should ask one of the crew. Maybe they'll know. Okay, then ask the crew it is. So, we gotta ask you, basically. No one else is around here. What's the extra logic we got? Can we even join that up? Was he stomped on? Footprints. Could be those. Then a fence as well. Maybe we should ask about it first of all. But we have started the first part of our 5th turnabout. It started completely bizarre. Old characters, of course, return. The first person we saw has now been murdered. It's all come a bit full circle with the president, that's for certain. Old characters, even more old characters. We're full of them at the moment. As we continue on, because it just feels very much like the case isn't over from before. A lot of those elements lying before us. Did Shelly the Killer strike? Was it? Was it not? Why are you dead? What happened 12 years ago? All this and more will be answered throughout the case. So join me next time on Ace Investigations 2 Prosecutors Gambit. And I'll see you then for more truths or more questions. Until then, I say, bye-bye.